There's the train. It's right on time. Good morning. This is Dan Earhart. It's the rest of the news Thursday morning. And boy, oh boy, are the cherry trees in Washington blooming like crazy. They're real early this year. So early, in fact, that the Park Service has moved the forecast up twice already. Forget about April, which has been the norm for a long time. It's happening right now. There's a forecast it could move up an entire month during the lifespan of a child alive today, with blooms appearing in January and peaking in February, assuming no change one way or the other in the warming pattern of Earth. So this year, peak bloom is predicted to be late next week and over that weekend, March 24th through the 28th, and the annual Cherry Blossom Festival begins next Tuesday. Some of the trees are still the originals gifted by the mayor of Tokyo, March 27th, 1912. The entire Pacific nation of Kiribati is packing up and moving. Talks are underway to buy 5,000 acres of land in Fiji as the 33 coral islands that make up Kiribati disappear beneath the waves as sea levels rise. This is thought to be the first climate-induced migration of recent times. Some of the islands are already underwater, so the population is becoming more and more crowded on what remains of dry land. Kiribati used to be called the Gilberts, but changed their name after winning independence from Britain in 1979. One scientist calls sea level rise an invisible tsunami. It builds force while we do nothing. What's happening to Kiribati can and probably will happen to many coastal areas of the world, such as in the United States. Particularly vulnerable are Florida, the Carolinas, Louisiana, California, New York, and New Jersey. Republican office seekers and right-wing radio hosts say they don't believe in global warming, which causes sea level rise. Oceans absorb about a third of greenhouse gases released into the atmosphere. That causes the oceans to expand and to rise along with the melting of ice caps. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. Is it dangerous? Ask a plant. Better yet, ask a resident of Kiribati. A Bloomberg poll released yesterday confirms that a majority of Americans say Rush Limbaugh should be fired for his on-air derogatory slams against student Sandra Fluke, who has the temerity to speak out again and says she will not be silenced. It's more women than men, more Democrats than Republicans. It's a majority of Americans that say it's time to flush Rush. But wait, there's more. Act 2. Or 3, or however many. Bain Capital has hired a top public relations crisis management expert to help guide Rush Limbaugh back to public acceptability. Good luck with that. Does Bain Capital sound familiar? Why, yes, that's Mitt Romney's Vulture Capital Fund. Yes, he's now what's called a retired partner. Oh, and Bain Capital, see, they bought Clear Channel, which owns Premier Networks, which syndicates the Rush Limbaugh Show, and Sean Hannity, and Glenn Beck. Who? The op-ed by Greg Smith, written on his way out the door of Goldman Sachs' London office, published yesterday morning by the New York Times, is said to have landed like a bomb inside Goldman, says an executive there who wishes to remain anonymous. Smith criticized the culture, which he says puts the firm first and refers to clients as Muppets. One Goldman client called the letter naive, saying the firm has traded against its clients for years. And here's a Wall Street executive who says it's unforgivable for Mr. Smith to make his opinions so public, and he should have taken them privately to senior managers. Which brings us to the Einstein quote of the day. The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. Mr. Smith goes to Washington. Mr. Smith occupies Wall Street. Mr. Smith did something. We're always at therestofthenews.com. See you tomorrow. This is Dan Earhart.